Hi everybody, I'm Matt Fuller. I'm the Public Services Librarian here at Leach Library. And for today's theme, I'm going to be talking about some library materials that have to do with the Founding Fathers. So for the first library material here, we have a Great Courses DVD, which is also accompanied by a guidebook. And this is called America's Founding Fathers, and it's narrated by Professor Alan C. Guelzo. This course contains 36 lectures and is a deep dive into the creation of the U.S. Constitution as it truly happened. It chronicles the personalities behind the creation and survival of American democracy. Using the Founding Fathers as a lens through which to see powerful truths about the early political history of the United States, this course will help you to better understand both the document under which Americans live and the people who brought it into being. The course is designed as a chronological narrative and is richly supported by images and artifacts from the Smithsonian's Americana collections, giving you a multifaceted experience that you normally wouldn't be able to see unless you went to visit the Smithsonian Museum yourself in Washington, D.C. As a New York Times bestselling author, Professor Guelzo is very skilled at telling a great story. He transforms accounts of meetings, arguments, and committees into a grand narrative of political intrigue, philosophical dilemmas, and international tension. So if you want a comprehensive education on the Founding Fathers and the Constitution, check out this excellent Great Courses series called America's Founding Fathers. Okay, the next up here is The British Are Coming. The War for America, Lexington to Princeton, 1775 through 1777. As I said, it's by Rick Atkinson. And if you're wondering what I'm holding here, this is called a Playaway book. It's a form of audiobook. And I'll give you a brief demonstration. I'll open it up here for you. This is the Playaway. As you see, it kind of looks like an MP3 player. Comes with a power button, a play and pause button, fast forward, rewind. At the bottom here, there's a headphone jack, which you can also plug in an auxiliary cord into. And we give you a battery as well, which you'll need to power this. And it comes with the story fully loaded on it, narrated, and everything. So these are very useful if you're traveling and you'd like to listen to an audiobook or something like that. Or if you're just at home too. So now to the content of the book. Rick Atkinson tells the story of the first 21 months of America's violent war for independence. The cast of characters is very riveting, from Henry Knox, the former bookseller with an uncanny knowledge of artillery, Benjamin Franklin, who proves to be the most skilled of diplomats, George Washington, the commander-in-chief who learns the difficult art of leadership when the war seems all but lost, and many more. The story is also told from the British perspective, making the moral conflict between the Redcoats and the rebels all the more interesting and compelling. The book is meticulously researched, and this serves as the first installment in what is going to be known as the Revolution trilogy by this author, Rick Atkinson. Highly recommend this. The British Are Coming by Rick Atkinson. All right, and third up, we have First Principles, What America's Founders Learned from the Greeks and Romans, and How That Shaped Our Country, by Thomas E. Ricks. What I personally found fascinating about this book was the link to ancient Greece and Rome. Oftentimes, books on the Founding Fathers are very good, but they often only focus on the American and the British perspective of that time. So to link it to a whole different era in human history, I found to be very interesting. We know that many of the Founding Fathers held figures like Cicero, Plato, and Aristotle in high esteem. So why not have a whole book about that topic? The book's main theme is how the founders acquired and applied the knowledge of the Greeks and Roman governments and their heroes. And something that I found very fascinating was it kind of delves a little bit into the personal libraries of some of the founders, such as Washington, Franklin, and others. and you really get to see who they were reading, what books they were reading, which Greek and Roman figures influenced each of the founding fathers. And as is often said, ancient Greece and Rome really serve as the foundation of democracy as we know it. So I found that link to be very interesting. So again, this is First Principles by Thomas E. Ricks, and I also highly recommend this one. Now, of course, the library has many more materials other than these three on the Founding Fathers. I've selected a few more just to briefly show you here today. We have Young Washington by Peter Stark. We have the soundtrack to the Hamilton musical, which many of you may be familiar with. It's been a very popular musical in recent years. And last but not least, The Education of John Adams by R.B. Bernstein. If you want to learn more about what the library has in terms of books and other library materials about the Founding Fathers, feel free to check out the library catalog online, or you can also call us at 603-432-1132 and speak to a reference librarian, and we can help you out. Thank you very much for watching the video, and until next time.